the Navigate property management experience. What does that mean?
Well, this is the thing that we do every day, right?
Yeah.
And we've worked really hard to make sure that the Navigate property management experience is smooth, is seamless, is obvious, is painless, right? And we take it for granted, honestly.
Yeah, it's taken us a few years to really establish the operational procedures, the process, the workflow, whatever typical phrase that you want to insert here, go ahead and insert it. But we've taken a few years to establish the operation, how we do it, why we do it, and it started with why.
That's so true. I mean, we're people, right? So if you come work with Navigate, you're going to understand that we're people.
It's true.
We love you.
No,
Let's be friends.
We love hard, and when people leave us, and listen, we can't make everybody happy. That's the reality. No. When people leave us, we're like traumatized. Wait.
Why?
What do you mean? Hey, what happened? We love you.
And even, I mean, we can admit mistakes. We know that mistakes happen, but we really strive for excellence. And I think even in the midst, when someone decides to do something different or sell a property or go a different direction, we look at, like for us, the relational equity that we feel like we've created with a client. We feel it. And if we feel like somebody else doesn't have that same level of relational equity and they decide to go a different direction, we take it pretty hard.
One of the things that we truly, in our DNA, for whatever reason, this is just how the Lord just created us, right? It's in our DNA, is to see other people succeed. Not just do well, but crush it. Like seeing them go through the steps of success. And we get to do that with landlords.
We do.
Right? We also get to do that with residents, right?
Yes.
We're creating a safe haven of sorts. This is where people are living, where they rest, right? They do the most intimate things, right?
Yes.
Whether it's having dinner with the family,
bringing your newborn baby home.
Right? So for us, it's important that we're able to hit on all the levels, even going to vendors, helping them thrive within the local community. And that's part of our value, to be an intricate part of the local community, to be good citizens, to impact our community, our city, our neighbors, right? We genuinely enjoy doing it.
We do.
And I know you enjoy doing it.
I do.
And I hear it. Obviously, you're my wife, so I see it day to day, how you lead our children, how you lead clients, how you lead residents. When you step in, we had a renewal one time where a resident was like extremely frustrated, and Judy was like, why would she be frustrated with us? I'm going to call her right now. I'm like, sweetie, you're an executive, right? But your willingness to step in, regardless, I mean, you could have said, well, I'm busy doing X, Y, Z. I'm signing up these clients. I have a public speaking engagement, right? Whatever it may be. It's not, let me call this resident and solve that problem and make them feel like, okay, this is my home and I need to renew and I need to stay.
I think that respect, especially for residents or owners that are consistent and in general have been very trusting of Navigate. That resident had been here for a long time.
Yes.
We put a new system in place with our renewals, and she was uncomfortable with basically having someone come into her home and take pictures. And so we talked, and believe it or not, she did what we talked about. I was like, hey, just put some sheets over the stuff in your house that children's things. It's personal. It's fine. We just need to make sure the house is okay.
Those things feel invasive.
They
right?
do.
A lot of times.
I know. And in some senses, I get that. You've lived here for a long time. This is your home, and somebody don't know, or maybe someone you've never really met is walking through your house. I get it. So we want to be respectful.
Have some random guy show up at your house, knock on the door, or any of our other property managers.
Yes.
That's just the reality.
The Navigate experience. Ernesto spent a lot of time looking at our why and then infusing that into our how. Ernesto, tell us a little bit about what is the why and how that ended up really impacting how we created the Navigate experience.
Yeah, that's a good question. For us, it took a little bit of time to figure out what is our why. I feel like every entrepreneur, every business person needs to go down this journey. For us, we landed, and it was crystal clear that we landed that our why is having a hero's complex. That's our why. Like, why do we get up in the morning? We want to save the day. We wrestle with a hero's complex. We want to save the day. And it's interesting because since we've established that why, we've been bringing in people who struggle with the same thing. And for whatever reason, how we've inserted our questions and how we go through the process of bringing in a new team member, we've been able to identify individuals who struggle and wrestle with the same thing. And the outlet has been property management.
Yes.
It really has, because we're dealing with people's intimate space. We're dealing with people's bottom line, right? Or a landlord or a property owner who, for whatever reason, they're being moved out of state. They really want to keep their house and they're forced to rent out their house because
how do I save this? How do I make the best out of this situation?
Yeah. And we want our heart to be in it. We don't want this to be a financial transaction. We want this to be a relational transaction.